region, the inflorescence is going to develop. So when the axillary bud, that is going to modify the inflorescence, so definitely it becomes one leaf where the lamina is not dissected or not divided. So that's why we used to consider as simple leaf. Okay, so this is simple leaf, and arrangement is, so here one leaf is there and another leaf is here. So this is, it shows the alternate type of leaf is simple leaf, and arrangement of the leaf is alternate. And when we'll move to the shape of the leaf. So if you see, the margins of the lamina is almost the, so this margin is parallel. So based on this character, you can say like oblong, and the length will be 2 to 3 times more than the width. So based on this character, we used to say as a lanceolate. And even the elliptic also is there, because it is broadest at the middle and tapering at the base and apex. Even you can say elliptic also. Okay. Next, the margin is entire margin, and the length of the lamina is approximately around about 15 to 30 centimeter in length, approximately. There is a Swarupa habit. It is a large evergreen tree. The Swarupa is, it is a large evergreen tree which grows about 30 to 50 feet height. It is a large evergreen tree which grows about 30 to 50 feet height, and leaves are, the type of leaf are simple, arrangement is alternate, and the shape is linear lanceolate. Linear lanceolate, or lanceolate and oblong. Length will be more, and compared to the width, 3 to 4 times the length is more compared to the width. Then it is considered as lanceolate and oblong. That is, the margins of the lamina is parallel. So based on this character, you can say lanceolate or oblong. And the size of the leaf, they used to mention 5 to 10 centimeter, but you have seen in the natural sources, you can up to like 15 to 30 centimeter length will be present. And the apex is acute, and the margins of the lamina is entire, and surface is glabrous, as like in case of the jambu. The almost the features you can, but the arrangement is opposite in case of jambu. But here, as that plant is also evergreen plant, this is also evergreen plant, and the leaves are glabrous. The shape, size, almost all, it is similar in nature. The petiole is around about 2 to 6 millimeter in length. Okay, so you can observe about the inflorescence. So it is somewhat like the umbel inflorescence, we used to say. So in the previous slide, you can observe. So these are the outer, the flowers which are having the long pedicel. When it comes to inside, the pedicel is smaller. So because of this, we used to say like umbel inflorescence. Umbel, like umbel inflorescence. So this is the flower buds, and the developed flowers are there, somewhat pale yellowish in color, the flowers. So this is another picture which shows about the inflorescence. So here also you can observe about the inflorescence, type of leaves, arrangement of leaf, and the base you can observe. So this is, you can, in this picture you can observe about the fruit. Fruit is capsule. So it is a dehiscent in nature. You can observe about the fruits. See, when the fruits they used to open itself. So at that time, the inside the seed like the part, they used to come out. See in this picture clearly. So inflorescence is terminal umbellate cyme inflorescence. Terminal, even sometimes as you observed the axillary and terminal umbellate cyme inflorescence. Terminal umbellate cyme inflorescence or axillary umbellate cyme inflorescence. The flowers are small, somewhat greenish or pale, and type of fruit is capsule. And shape is and size approximately around about 2.5 centimeter long. Is the pathological product. This is not the natural. When the fungal infestation is going to occur, at that time it is going to produce. So that's why the botanists, they used to consider it is a pathological product. It is a pathological product. So agarru is the pathological product of fungal disease contracted by the tree, chiefly through the wounds on the trunk. When you make that wounds over the trunk, at that time, so it is going to develop. So it is a pathological product of the fungal disease contracted by the trees. So these are some of the pictures of the pieces of heartwood, that is Krishnagaru, which is black in color. So these are the pieces. If you hold this, it is like you are feeling like that you are holding the metallic things. It is having that much of heavy in nature. This is another picture of stem kanda of agaru. So this is another picture. This is another type of agaru. So this is, you can observe the stem, the trunk, main trunk. So this is the stem bark outer side. This is called the sapwood. So inside we can observe the heartwood. So I will show another picture. This is the totally the stem bark and the sapwood was removed, and totally this is the heartwood of Krishnagaru. So this is, they are making the incision over the plant. So this is the videography is there, but it is not playing. So when after the fungal infestation, they used to occur. So there it becomes more hard, that heartwood. So at that time they used to make some holes. So in that holes they used to put the syringes. Nowadays this is the new technique, how they used to take the agaru. So when after making a hole, they used to put the syringes. So when that oil which moves the piston, automatically they used to get back. So this is the new technique they are nowadays they are using, how they are taking this agaru taila. But this is possible only after 15 to 20 years of the cultivation of the plant. They used to hold the plant, throughout the plant over the main trunk. They used to make a hole, and then they used to put the syringes. Okay. Next, we'll move to the types of agaru. Types of agaru, according to Shodala, it is of 3 types: agaru, Krishnagaru, Kakatundagaru. There are 3 types according to Shodala: agaru, Krishnagaru, Kakatundagaru. According to Rajanigantu, Nigantukara, it is of 4 types: Krishnagaru, Kashtagaru, Daha Agaru, Mangalya Agaru. Krishnagaru, Kashtagaru, Daha Agaru, Mangalya Agaru. So Mangalya Agaru, they are considered as the best variety of agaru, which is they are using for medicinal values. Along with that, Krishnagaru is also having the more medicinal values. Krishnagaru and Mangalya Agaru, they are considered as the best varieties. The active principles: agarol, agrospirol, aqualocin, dihydroagrofuron, sesquiterpene alcohol. So agarol, agarolspirol, aqualocin, dihydroagrofuron, sesquiterpene alcohol. These are the some of the active principles of agaru. Next, rasapanchaka. This is katu tikta rasa, tikshna. The important guna is tikshna here. Tikshna snigdha lagu guna. Tikshna snigdha lagu guna. Usually katu tikta rasatmaka dravyas are having ruksha guna, but here it is having snigdha guna. So don't write lagu ruksha guna. This is lagu snigdha guna. Tikshna is also one of the important guna. Tikshna, lagu, snigdha guna. And katu vipaka, ushna virya. So katu tikta rasa, lagu, tikshna, snigdha guna, ushna virya, katu vipaka, and kapha vata shamaka. Kapha vata shamaka. So karma and rogagrata. So mainly in case of urdhva jatrugata vikaras. Urdhva jatrugata vikaras like karna roga, nasa vikara, chakshugata vikaras, we are using this drug. In case of urdhva jatrugata vikaras. Okay, so if you see the karna rogahara is having karna rogahara karma, so indicating in case of karna roga. Akshi rogahara, so indicating in case of chakshugata vikaras, is having kushtagna karma, so indicating case of kushta. And pratishyaya, it is pratishyaya hara karma, indicating case of pratishaya. It is having tvacha, indicating case of tvakvikara. It is having jvarahara, that is in the introduction itself it is mentioned that charaka, it is an vyadhi viparitartakari chikitsa. Achara charaka consider agaru as an example for vyadhi viparitartikar chikitsa for jvara used to mention. Okay, and swasahara, so as it is having volatile in nature, so which dilates the bronchus, helps in so easy breathing. So swasahara kasahara karma, so indicating case of swasa kasa and hikka. So this is about the karma and rogagrata. Next we'll move to the amayika prayoga, that is the therapeutic uses. So first Charaka Chikitsa Sthana 17th chapter, he used to explain about in case of swasa and hikka conditions. Swasa and hikka, that is agaru churna is taken along with the madhu. Agaru churna is taken along with the madhu is more effective in case of swasa and hikka. Just agaru churna, that is heartwood part. The agaru churna means not the kandatvak, that is the heartwood. Kandasara of the agaru, Kandasara churna of agaru along with the madhu. You can take the quantity because of tikshna guda, the quantity should be taken, the minimum quantity is 5 rati to 15 rati, depending upon the vaya, kala, bala, and agni. So by considering all these, so you have to choose 5 to 15 rati. So that can be taken and add the madhu and you can mix it properly and do the lehana karma in case of swasa and hikka. So in case of kasa, that is same the procedures. Agaru kanda sara churna. Agaru kanda sara churna is taken along with the madhu in ashtanga hrudaya chikitsa sthana. Ashtanga hrudaya chikitsa sthana. The churna is taken along with the madhu, which will helpful in case of the kasa condition. And in case of lavana meha, this is according to Sushruta Samhita, the kwata prepared from the pata, agaru is very useful. So pata and agaru. So both you can take the drugs, you can from that you can prepare the as per kwata kalpana, you can prepare the kwata and that kwata according to the doshas you can administer, so which will overcome the condition called lavana meha. Next, in case of tvak vikara, as Acharya has mentioned, it is tvacha, means which is useful in case of tvak vikaras. So in case of tvak vikara, that is like the kushtadi conditions, the thaila prepared from sarala, that is Pinus roxburghi, sarala, daru haridra, that is Berberis aristata, shimshipa, and agaru. So sarala, daru haridra, shimshipa, that is dalbergia sisso, agaru, Equilaria agolocha. So all these 4 drugs so are very effective in case of dadru kushta and kitiba kushta. In case of dadru kushta and kitiba kushta, where there will be a tvacha vikruti is there. So to overcome that, you can prepare the taila by using these drugs: sarala, daru haridra, shimshapa, agaru. By using these drugs, you can prepare the taila. So that is very effective in case of dadru kushta and kitiba kushta. So this is, we'll get reference in Sushruta Samhita. And in case of shota, there's an inflammation. So there you can use the chandana and agaru pralepa. Chandana and agaru pralepa. So the simple application of the lepa over the shota, so which will overcome Charaka Chikitsa Sthana, 12th chapter. And in case of amavata, vata rakta, sandhishota, such type of conditions, as it is having tikshna guna, the thaila, so just in the external application, the thaila, you can take the thaila and somewhat you can lukewarm, you can heat it, not don't directly you can heat in the some hot water, you can keep it that the oil in a bowl, so you can keep it in your that hot water, and when it becomes lukewarm, so at that time you can apply, so which will reduces the Shota as well as the Vedana is going to be reduces. So this is about Amayika Prayoga. So this is one the picture of which was about essential oil, that is the tail of Agaru. The useful part of Agaru is heartwood. That is Kanda Sara is the useful part. So how many drugs are over in which Kanda Sara is the useful part? So in the last class itself, we have discussed about Kadira. So today we have discussed about Agaru. And Chandana is also in which Kanda Sara is the useful part. Rakta Chandana is the one in which Kanda Sara is the useful part. And Asana is the one in which Kanda Sara is the useful part. So there are so many drugs in the examination or Vaivavasi. They may ask, so what are the drugs in which Kanda Sara is the useful part or heartwood is the useful part? Or they may ask like, give the list of drugs, any 5 or any 10 drugs in which Kanda Sara is the useful part. Give any 5 drugs in which Phala is the useful part, like that. Give the any list of 5 drugs in which the Valkala is the useful part. So, okay, such type of questions they may ask in the Vaivavasi. So, Matra, Churna is around about 5 to 15 Rati, and Thaila is 1 to 2 drops. See the Matra of the Thaila, it is having more Tikshna Guna, and because of this Tikshnata nature, so you can use in very minimum quantity. Vishishta Yoga, Agaruvadya Taila, Agaruvadya Taila, Madhukasava, Madhukasava, Amalaki Rasayana, Anutaila, Lavangadi Churna, Anutaila, Lavangadi Churna, Amalaki Rasayana, Madhukasava, and Agarvadi Taila. So this is about the Vishishta Yoga. So this is one of the important question in the examination or in the Vaivavasi, as like we used to explain Grahya Lakshana of Chandana. In the same way, the Grahya Lakshana of Agaru, how it should be. So Bhavaprakasha mentions Krishnam Gunadikam, Krishnam Gunadikam, Tattu Lohavat, Tattu Lohavat Vari Majjati, Tattu Lohavat Vari Majjati, Agaru Prabhavaha, Sneha Krishna Agaru Samaha Smrutaha. So Krishnam Gunadikam Tattu Lohavad Vari Majjati, Agaru Prabhavaha, Sneha Krishna Agaru Samaha Smrutaha. In Bhavaprakasha Niganti used to mention, this is one of the important question for examination point of view as well as Vaivavasi. Okay, so the Grahya Lakshana of Agaru, it is Krishnam Gunadikam. Krishnam Gunadikam. Krishna means that is the black color, the heartwood or the oil, which is having, which should be black in color. Krishnam Gunadikam, the more black in color. Tattu Lohavat, as like Loha, as like it's the nature, it should be heavy, more heavy. Lohavat, Tattu Lohavat, it should be heavy in weight. Lohavad Vari Majjati, when you put the Taila, it should immersed. Usually any Taila, if you put, usually they used to spread in water, but because of its the physical property, it should be heavy, it should sink. Like the when you are going to test the madhu, when you put the madhu in water, it should settle down. In the same way, Vari Majjati, when you put in water, it should immersed in the water. It should be settled down in the water. That is Vari Majjati. Agaru Prabhavaha. Agaru Prabhavaha. That is when you burn, it should burn. When you lighten, it should burn. Same like the madhu, the pure madhu. When you can take the madhu in a tip of the stick of matchstick. So when you lighten that the stick, it should burn. If it is adulterated with water or if it is adulterated with like Guda or Sharkara, so it will not burn. In the same way, so the Agaru Taila, this also when you lighten, it should burn. That is Agaru Prabhavaha. Sneha, that is when it is prepared, it should stick. The stickiness, the Pichalatva, Snigdatva, it should be present. Sneha Krishna Agaru Samah Smritaha. That is called as Krishna Garu. So these are the qualities you want to say as best quality of Agaru. Krishnam Gunadikam Tattu Lohavad Vari Majjati Agaru Prabhavaha Sneha Krishna Guru Samaha Smritaha. So this is one of the important shloka. So like the Chandra Graya Lakshana, that is Swadetikam, Kashepitam, Chedheraktam, Tanaushítam, Granti Kotara Sanyuktam, Chandanam, Graya Muchate. So that stroke also you have to by head. So this is also for examination point of view, that is specifically in YOC, they may ask such type of questions. Okay. So by this, I want to complete the today's topic. Okay. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class.